Past several months, you have heard a number of complaints brought against me. I called for an independent review, and I said at the beginning I would let the process unfold. I didn't want anyone to say that I interfered. I said I would hold my tongue, and I have, making only limited comments. It has been a hard and a painful period for me and my family, especially as others feed ugly stories to the press. But I cooperated with the review, and I can now finally share the truth. My attorney, who is a non-political former federal prosecutor, has done a response to each allegation, and the facts are much different than what has been portrayed. That document is available on my website. If you are interested, please take the time to read the facts and decide for yourself.
The independent investigation has concluded that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women, and in doing so violated federal and state law.
I would also suggest that when we think about this situation and we start to analyze the situation and the reaction, let's not make the same mistake that we continually make, which is we tend to see incidents. This is an incident, an isolated incident, and people focus on an isolated incident. It's not an isolated incident.
Let's go now to Rahima Ellis, who has been unpacking the document from just a short time ago, as well as the governor's response from his office and response there from him that was delivered in that press conference. Rahima, give us a recap here. What was the governor's message when he was delivering how he felt those circumstances went down?
I think one of the central points the governor made about the difference in how he viewed his actions and how others viewed them. He says, I believe there is a difference here of cultural and generational challenges, that what he thought was appropriate behavior or an effort for him to be comforting to a younger woman whom he named and who is named in the investigation, and that's Charlotte Bennett.
What does that mean to you?
Today was so validating and really emotional, and I feel vindicated. It's been a long day, but I'm proud to be a New Yorker right now.
Charlotte, the governor said today that he never touched anyone inappropriately and never made sexual advances. What do you make of the governor's denial?
He sexually harassed me. I am not confused. It is not confusing. I am living in reality, and it's sad to see that he's not.
He said that he was trying to help you work through a difficult time. At any point, did that seem like that was his intention?
No. His intention was trying to sleep with me. He was trying to sleep with me, and that was actually pretty clear from the report today that he was sexually harassing me. He was not acting as a mentor.
Mm-hmm. Governor Cuomo did at one point say he was wrong in what he did. But then he said that you and your lawyer have ascribed motives that he never had and that you heard things that he just didn't say. Did you misinterpret the governor?
I didn't, and it's actually interesting because his own senior aides took notes, contemporaneous notes, that actually backed up my allegations.
The report detailed your meticulous note-taking and corroborating at the time when Governor Cuomo did some of these.
The walls are closing in on New York Governor Andrew Cuomo after that scathing report alleging a pattern of sexual harassment. The state assembly is now weighing his impeachment, saying their investigation is nearing completion as 5 district attorneys are now eyeing possible criminal investigations.
Governor Andrew Cuomo on notice as they wrap up their impeachment probe. The state's Judiciary Committee giving Cuomo's counsel another week to turn in additional evidence, noting the assembly will soon consider potential articles of impeachment, maintaining his innocence throughout, but support, even from his closest allies, evaporating.
I began the process of trying to talk him into resignation, seeing that resignation was the best course of action.
Detailed allegations of inappropriate behavior in the workplace. The latest accusations come from former aide Lindsey Boyan, who wrote, Andrew Cuomo abused his power as governor to sexually harass me, just as he had done with so many other women.
State relations right now. I'm wondering if you've known the governor such a long time, and you know how his political strategic mind works. What do you think that he thinks his strategy is right now?
Well, all I can say is I don't usually quote John Podhoretz, but he had a really good point the other day about the level of narcissism in play right now. Unfortunately, I think we have a bigger issue here, Andrew, and you've watched for a while too. There's that famous phrase, absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is a guy that got too much power. Too many people were afraid of him. He used his power in a very Machiavellian way. He bullied people. He got his way too often. He think he could do whatever he wanted. And that was very destructive. It's not good. It's not humanly good. It's not good in a democracy when someone's got too much power. I think he thinks he still may have some sleight of hand here. And he's obviously borrowing a page from the Trump playbook and trying to scorch the earth, attack the people doing the investigation, attack anyone who might prosecute him. It's not going to work. He's out of options. So this is just a matter of time before he's gone. If he was not such a narcissist and he actually could think about other human beings, he would say, hey, you know what? I'm doing a lot of damage at this point. It's time to go. Think about those 11 women and what he put them through. Just out of respect for how he wronged them and trying to atone for his sins, he should step aside right now. But also think about almost 20 million New Yorkers who are suffering. Just get the hell out of the way. I mean, in the end, maybe he could close off his career with one act of dignity and decency and just step aside. But don't bet on that, Andrew.